Why do we choose to suffer in silence, to not fight back? And does all frustration need to be voiced? If you will not suffer, then how will you write this question? If you will not write this question, how will this form get filled? If this form does not get filled, what will happen to your participation? What will I speak on? Your suffering is very important to keep your mind moving. If you do not suffer, things will come to a standstill. Suffering gives you a lot of food for thought and a lot of ammunition for violence. I am suffering, so I get the right to fire here and there, to shoot down a few people. Why? My suffering has earned me the license to be a little revengeful. Getting it? Something has to keep happening. If you will not be in pleasure, then you will have to be in silence. So what does pleasure take away? Silence. And what does pain take away? Silence. They might seem like opposites, but both pleasure and pain are good devices to keep you away from silence. You go to a house where a kid has been born, and you go to a house where just now somebody has died. There would be one great overarching commonality. What is that? Lots of noise, lots of turbulence, lots of people and movement. So birth gives you the opportunity to make noise. Death also gives you the opportunity to make a lot of noise. In either case, what is lost? Silence. So why do we choose to suffer? For the same reason that we choose to entertain ourselves. You do not make any choice except the choice to escape silence and truth. All your choices are directed towards only one motive: to protect the one making the choice, and the one making the choice is sheer noise. When choice comes out of noise, then the only objective of choice will be to escape silence. Isn't it obvious? Do not ask, why do I do this or that? Why do I choose this way? Why did I go that way? Why didn't I take a U-turn? Your actions do not mean much. Your actions are just a representation of the quality and structure of your mind. Being what you are, you will do what you do. There is no point questioning it time and again. Why do I keep slipping? Why do I keep suffering? Why can't I rebel? You can't rebel because you are you. Why do I keep suffering? Because you are you. Being you, you will suffer. Why am I so lazy? Because you are you. Why am I always hunting for excitement and pleasure and attention? Because you are you. What else do you expect from yourself? Kabir put it so succinctly. From a babool tree, do you expect mangoes? Why are there no mangoes upon this tree? Because it is not a mango tree. Why are there no mangoes upon my tree? Because yours is not a mango tree. But you put up such a wondrous expression. Oh my God. Look at yourself with a little bit of compassion. Have some consideration towards yourself. You do not really deserve all the rubbish that you experience day in and day out. You are not serving jail here. The world is not really a prison house. Have you heard of those places where they take prisoners to give them third-degree torture? Heard of a place called Guantanamo Bay? That's what you have made this world to be. Look at yourself and then you will be able to give yourself a little bit of freedom. Don't be so harsh upon yourself. There is no compulsion to keep going through what you keep going through. There is no compulsion at all. You can stop. You can exit. You can say goodbye. There is simply no compulsion to keep living the life that you are living. Why must you be so inconsiderate, so rude? Why do you inflict torture upon yourself every day? Don't you know, many of you, that after this session you will go back to places where you will be inflicting torture upon yourself? Don't you know? Can't you change that? What is this slavery? What is this helplessness? Your first obligation is towards yourself. All other obligations flow from there. If the first is not being met, the other obligations obviously cannot be met. The first has to be given its proper place. The first is you.
What I am, I will obviously resist change.
So, being what you are, you will do what you will do, and I am doing what I am doing. Being what you are resisting change, and being what I am pushing for change. Let's see. You will do what you will do, I will do what I will do. Let him do what he wants to do. There is no clash. Your problem is you do not see yourself as anything separate from the person. Your whole conception of yourself is that I am the body, I am the mind. So whenever I say, the moment I say that your obligation is towards yourself, you hear it to mean that I am obliged to meet the needs of the body mind or the mind body. I am not saying that. In fact, all your suffering, all the hell that you subject yourself to comes to you because you take yourself to be the body. So in a way I am saying the opposite of what you think I am saying. You think I am saying that serve the needs of the body mind. I am saying by serving the needs of the body mind you have kept yourself in hell. Now be merciful towards yourself and bring yourself out of this hell. The body might be asking 10 things, but you are not obliged to serve the body. The mind might be clamoring for 10 achievements, but you are under no compulsion to follow the mind. That's what I mean when I say be compassionate towards yourself. Is there any suffering that has come to you without the active participation and motivation of the body and the mind? If you know these to be the troublemakers, why do you still keep company of them? Why do you still identify so closely with them? Why do you say that the body's demand is my demand and that I am under obligation to meet the body's demand? Yes, the body will demand. That's the composition of the body. And you don't need to feel guilty about it. That's the way the body has come. That's evolution. That's the law of karma. Same thing. Evolution is the law of karma. So evolution might be playing its role, but can't you be a little sensitive towards yourself? Yes, you might be born a woman, but why must you act womanly all the time? Can't you see? And seeing has no gender. Understanding is not female or male. Don't you understand? See, that is what prevents you from coming to the fact. You have such great illusions about yourself that you can't even see the petty fellow that you are. And when the fact hits against your imaginations, then you feel hurt. Now, taking that example forward, 20 and 60 are just numbers. But you believe yourself to be a superman who lifts 60 or 160, then you will be deeply hurt when you find yourself lifting only 20. Otherwise 60 and 20 are numbers. And then you will say, life is full of suffering. Life is full of suffering. Life may have numbers, but you started identifying with numbers for no rhyme or reason. Wrong numbers, yes. To look at a fact as a fact and to not give it any meaning or color is simple, but we don't do it. What is a fact? It is as it is, and it has no other meaning beyond this. How many videos did I do today? One. That's it. That's it. It does not have any meaning. It, in the sense that it does not tell anything about my true self, but it tells everything about my falseness. Are you getting it? You see how to use a fact. This has to be understood. When you come across a fact, you neither accept it nor reject it. It is what it is. So, if I have done one video today, then who am I? Simple. Somebody who claimed to do 4 but did 1. That's it. No, it does not tell anything about my real identity. So I cannot take this as a judgment upon my self-worth. Are you getting this? But it tells everything about what I am at this moment. And these two are parallel. These two have to be seen parallelly. Not getting it. On one hand, I am nothing except the fact, because if I am something except the fact, then I am imagining. If I am lifting 20, but I consider myself to be doing 60, then what am I doing? I am hallucinating. I am fooling myself, right? How much am I doing? 20. But how much am I imagining myself to do? 60. So what am I doing? Imagining, and hence I am fooling myself. So that is one thing, not to refuse the fact. When the fact comes, you look at the fact and you surrender to it. You do not refuse the fact. This is a fact. At the same time, the fact is no indication of who I am. I cannot allow these numbers 20, 60 or 6000 to be judgments of my self-worth. On one hand, fact should not be obfuscated by imagination, and on the other hand, fact should not be so arrogant that it leaves no space for the truth. So when you come across 20, do not try to cloud 20 with 60, because 60 is just imagination. At the same time, when you come across 20, do not think that 20 is the truth, because you are not 20. Obviously you are not 60, but you are not 20 either. 60 is imagination, 20 is fact, truth is none of these. Not clear? Try to get what I am coming to. These three must have their proper places and should never be confused: imagination, fact and truth. It is a great virtue to not to imagine, but it is disastrous to take facts as the last thing, because facts are always material. Whenever there is a fact, there has to be something material behind it. To take facts as the last thing is to believe that the world is ultimate. and final, then you are leaving no space for the truth. Then you are living in duality and materialism. You are getting it? If you can get only this much, this will tell you how to live and how to act. When facts come to you, you cannot take shelter in imaginations or planning or justifications, rationalizations. No, fact is fact. We cannot rationalize it. We cannot say that, this just happened for this and that reason. This is it. I endorse the fact fully. But while endorsing it, I cannot get too serious about it. Because if I get too serious about it, then I am giving fact the place of truth. Now this is problematic. I fully accept the fact, but I cannot become too serious about it. I failed. Yes, I failed. Yes, I did fail. And I will not go about hiding it or refusing it. I failed. I failed. That's it. What happened? I failed. I failed.
If I consider the fact is that I am a bamboo, okay? But I am not only the bamboo. You are saying this right?
At the level of the fact, I am nothing except the bamboo. At the level of the fact, let me not deceive myself by saying that the bamboo is the banyan tree. At the level of the fact, I have to very austerely say that I am the bamboo and nothing but the bamboo. Anything else that I claim myself to be will be imagination. So I am the bamboo. Yes, of course. I am the bamboo at the level of the name, at the level of the form, but not at the level of truth.
So how do I take it? I am lazy or I am whatever. So what?
Nothing. This is it. You have to stop all ways of escaping from the fact. The moment you say hence, you have created an escape route. I am a bamboo, hence I must go and have tea. Now you are having tea. Now you have forgotten that you are a bamboo. So nothing. I am a bamboo. No justifications, no rationalizations, no moving ahead, nothing. This is it. And when you come face to face with the fact, it has a great transformative power. The truth does not come or descend as the truth. The truth comes to you in the form of facts. So the one who pays attention to the facts comes very close to the truth. Will the truth ever come on its own? No. The truth has neither form nor shape nor any way of coming to you except the facts. Hence pay attention to the facts and do not run away from them. Sorrow is a great way of escaping from the fact. You look at your work and you start feeling bad about yourself. Now this is deep deception. When you look at the fact and from the fact sorrow emerges, then rest assured that the fact is trying to preserve itself. The fact does not want to change. Change does not come by beating your chest. Oh my God, I am just a bamboo. Change comes by really seeing that I am nothing but a bloody bamboo. Even this statement that I made has a strong color of disapproval. Bloody bamboo. No. Actually, when you come very close to the fact, you don't even have space for your opinions. When you say bloody bamboo, there is already a creeping sorrow. I am bamboo. Who am I? Bamboo. Bamboo. And when you are very, very honestly nothing but the bamboo, you suddenly find you are much more than the bamboo. But you cannot find that if you escape from your bamboo-ness, or if you feel bad about it, or you feel elated about it. That is the reason those of you who beat their chests most often are the ones who are most obdurate in their non-changing. Every day they will write, oh, I am such a shit, oh, I stink, and the next day again they stink. Why do they stink? Because they cannot come close to the fact. They derive pleasure from
To see fact as fact, dropping it then happens.
No. You cannot see fact as fact with the intention of dropping it.
Saying dropping happens. I'm not
It may happen. You leave that to the dropping. Whether or not dropping will happen, you cannot predict it. You cannot go to the fact with the intention, with the motivation of changing the fact. If you are going to the fact in a motivated way, rest assured you will never see the fact. You have to go to it very unbiased, very unmotivated. In a very impersonal way. Yes, all right, it is my fact, yet can I come to it a little detached?
Motivation would be cunningness.
Motivation would be sustenance of the fact, because who is the one who is motivated? The fact itself, right? You are that fact. By being motivated, you are just continuing the fact. So it's nothing but the internal dynamics of the fact in motion.
That the only function of thought is to sustain the thinker.
Sustain the thinker, yes.
So till the time thinking is there, thinker is there.
You will only think those things that perpetuate the thinking. Have you ever noticed that? Is there any thought which is the end point of thought? Every thought branches out into more thoughts. So what is every thought essentially doing? Giving you more thoughts. More thoughts. Think and you will think more. That's the fruit of thinking. What? More thinking. Fruit of thinking is not solution. The fruit of thinking is more thinking.
You said that it's very difficult to approach the fact in an indifferent, impersonal way, and I think that's because there's always an ideal in the head. But the ideal also needs to be there. If the ideal is not there, you just stay that the fact.
We took an example where we took the numbers 20 and 60. That does not mean that when you come to the fact of 20, your journey towards 60 begins. It was just by way of an example. 20 is not destined to become 60. 60 is not the ultimate or the truth or the destination of 20. 60 is not the destination of 20. If that were so, then the ideal would not be an ideal. The ideal would then be a representation of the truth. When you have an ideal, at most you can look at it as an ideal. And the ideal too is just a fact. For example, your temperature is 102 Fahrenheit and the ideal temperature is 98.4. That's it. Another fact. Another fact.
I see myself as still a concept. How to see, like,
Now keep checking. All facts pertain to the material and material can always be checked. Go stand on a weighing machine. Go have a kickboxing match. Go check your bank account. Whatever is factual is material and material can always be expressed in numbers, in some kind of way that can be verified and detected by the senses and the mind. So go and verify. Go and get a blood test done. Go and write an exam. And you will know the fact.
So essentially, if you are not trying, if you are not trying to know the fact because we are trying.
You very well know where your cunningness lies. Your cunningness lies at those spots in your mental domain that you rarely want to look at. That's where your cunningness lies. That's what you do not want to look at. Let me give you an example. The one who is not filling the tracker would also not be looking at the tracker. It is impossible that you look at it daily and yet not fill it. The fact of your laziness and corruption will strike you so hard that you will have to fill it. Are you getting it? So you will avoid the fact. You will not even open the tracker.
Sir, in this case, this self-deception cannot be seen by one at times.
So right now also the one is not so lonely. It's a collaborative process. We are together on that. Why are you imagining that you have to do it all on your own? But when help comes, take it.
Always that the choice we are making is going outwards.
No, you are putting it rightly. All choices take you outwards. The choice that makes you sit where you are sitting is not a choice. It is just that you see that all the choices that are available to you are rubbish. So you stay put where you are for want of a choice. I don't have any choice, so what can I do? Not that I like this place greatly, but I can clearly see that all other places I will be slaughtered. So I am here. And that is the only way you can come to the truth. Not that you will ever find it especially appealing. There is nothing appealing or glamorous about the truth. It's just that you come to see that everything else is poison. So this is what you are left with. Now what can you do? Poor you. And you will try and test again and again, over and over 10 times. You say, might be I made an error, might be there are some great possibilities outside, so you will go out and test again. And you will again find that it's all rubbish and false. So you again come back. This coming back is not coming back to anywhere. It is just about staying where you are. It's not that you are coming back to a place. It is only because you are in that place that you can see the illusion of all your choices. And hence, because being in that place you see the illusion of your choices, so being in that place, now you cannot make the choice of going to any other place. You getting it? You are right. All your choices take you outwards. The choice to stay put or come in is not a choice at all. It is just an absence of choice. I have no choice. That's what is choicelessness. That is what is choicelessness. That all other choices are rubbish. So this is it. This is it. The other choices are inconceivable. They don't even come to my mind. So this is it.